A cab rattles to a halt on a dim London street. Inside a room beyond the door, a man lies dead. The police are baffled, chasing false leads that spiral further from the truth. Then one man steps forward with calm certainty. He studies the mud-streaked road, traces footprints from curb to corpse, then calmly announces the killer's profession. He is right. He is always right. How does he do it? What secret separates this singular mind from every other detective in the city? The answer lies not in what Sherlock Holmes sees, but in how he thinks. That single distinction changes absolutely everything. You have almost certainly heard the name. Sherlock Holmes is a brilliant fictional detective created by the famous Arthur Conan Doyle. Doyle created Holmes in the late 19th century. Holmes styles himself a consulting detective, a remarkable title that is uniquely his own. Private investigators and police officers alike turn to him whenever their own best efforts have completely reached a dead end. Across the collected stories, Holmes unravels one thorny, seemingly impossible case after another, steadily dragging every hidden truth into the light. Today, his name has become a universal shorthand for detective genius. So one question naturally arises. What is his secret weapon? Consider the famous case known as A Study in Scarlet. The official detectives have already veered badly down the wrong path. Holmes arrives at the scene. After a careful survey of the evidence, he delivers one single precise verdict. The murderer is a cab driver. Follow that thread, he insists, and the case will break open. He is proven correct. But how did he reach that conclusion? Outside the front door, Holmes notices wheel ruts scored into the road. The ruts are chaotic and uneven in pattern. This tells Holmes the cab stood unattended for a long stretch of time. The driver was clearly not simply passing through. Leading from those ruts to the room where the victim fell are two sets of footprints. Holmes examines both carefully. One set belongs to the dead man. Holmes identifies it quickly, then turns his attention to the second set of prints. Holmes reasons that no killer would invite a cab driver to wait at the scene and then climb back into the same cab. The only logical explanation is that the cab driver himself committed the crime. One thread leads to the whole answer. Each observation is a single thread. Woven together through relentless logic, they form a rope strong enough to resolve any case. By now you may have grasped the real engine behind Holmes's genius. Yes, he possesses razor-sharp observation and an extraordinary memory. What truly elevates him is the rigor of his logical reasoning. That is the real engine driving every correct conclusion. His loyal friend and chronicler, Dr. Watson, once described Holmes as the most flawless reasoning machine he had ever encountered. Watson called Holmes a mechanism of extreme precision and remarkable sensitivity. A machine built entirely for reasoning above all else. Reasoning is a distinct form of thought. It differs from perception, which is the brain's direct response to what is happening right now. It also differs from memory, which is the brain's powerful ability to store and later reliably retrieve rich and detailed past experience. Thinking, in the broader sense, is an indirect and generalized reflection of objective reality carried out by the human mind. When a detective spots yarn clinging to a bush near a body, that is observation, a refined and deliberate act of perception. When the detective recognizes that yarn is identical to threads from a different crime scene, that is memory doing its work. But when the detective concludes both murders were committed by the very same person, that bold leap is thinking in action. Two essential features define the thinking process: its fundamentally indirect nature and its truly remarkable, wide-reaching capacity for deep generalization. In simple terms, indirect thinking means using what is already known to carefully and confidently infer what is not yet directly seen. An archaeologist pieces together bone fragments, clay pots, and a faded mural, to determine which dynasty a tomb belonged to. A paleontologist examines fossils and geological layers to reconstruct how ancient creatures once lived and how the grand arc of evolution unfolded. Generalization operates on two distinct levels. The first is extracting the shared essence that clearly defines an entire category of things. Mammals nurse their young, give live birth, and maintain constant body temperature. Whether they fly or swim is beside the point. The second level of generalization is discovering connections and meaningful patterns among entirely different and seemingly unrelated phenomena observed in the world. Ancient Chinese observers noticed a hazy ring around the moon, reliably heralded strong winds. They turned careful observation into lasting knowledge. Damp moss at the base of stone pillars signaled coming rain. From such patterns, an ancient weather proverb was born. Through thinking, we come to know things we have never directly witnessed. Through thinking, we uncover the great scientific laws governing reality. Through thinking, we solve problems of every kind and powerfully drive invention forward. Generation after generation, accumulated thought builds all of civilization.